Alright guys, I got our flash. I was so freaking scared right now.
Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! No, no, no! Ah! Ah! He threw water at me!
Welcome back to another Adventures with John Jr. video. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, afternoon, and night. Today's video, I'm going to be going over my official Knott Scary Farm maze rank listing. Now, I have been to Knott Scary Farm 2 times throughout the whole event, and I've went through all the mazes during those 2 times that I visited, and I have an official list that I want to share with you guys just to give you my opinion about these mazes and what I think the best mazes and the least favorite mazes of this year, 2021's Knott Scary Farm was. So without further ado, let's carry on with today's video. Now before I carry on with the video and start listing my own maze rank list, I do want to say this is my opinion and this is my official list. This is nobody else's. This is not yours. I don't speak for anyone but myself. I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about the list I put up on my Instagram stories, which is the list I will be going by for this video. I know a lot of people in my DMs, there was like a few select of you guys who are messaging me like,
why is that maze on the bottom, or like that maze on the top for me, why is it on the bottom for you?
That's why I'm here to do this video for you guys. I'm here to explain all that for you guys, and I know a lot of you guys have your own very different lists. So if you guys have attended Knott Scary Farm this year and you guys have your own maze rank listing from your favorite to least favorite maze of Knott Scary Farm 2021, let me know down in the comments your list. I'm very curious to know what was your favorite and what was your least favorite maze of Knott Scary Farm 2021. Knott Scary Farm 2021 had a grand total of 8 mazes this year, and like our rank listings, we're going to be starting from our least favorite and working our way up to our most favorite maze of the Knott Scary Farm 2021 season. Coming at last place, number 8, is Paranormal Inc. Knott Scary Farm 2021 is Paranormal Inc's last year to be at the event. There's going to be no more Paranormal Inc after this year. Well, that's what they say. They always say it's their last year and then the maze ends up staying there for some reason. Oh my god, it magically just stood there. Oh my god, what happened? All jokes aside, I put Paranormal Inc at the bottom of the rank listing because it is not my favorite maze at all throughout the entire event. It's not my favorite, even like when I went in 2019. This year especially because night 1 and night 2 I did not get the best scares when I went through it. I either went on the bad timing because a lot of the scares were either not there, like the little holes where they come out at you, or like the little rooms where there's supposed to be a scare. Nobody was there. It was just the sets, and I don't know if it's because there was a costume change, or if, like, you know, there probably one actor was chasing the other people into the other room. I don't know what it was, but I just did not get all the good scares. I probably got like 2 or 3 good scares. One of the good scares was like from the ceiling. It comes at you from the top of the ceiling. But also another reason why I don't like this maze is because at a certain point in the beginning you go through separate ways. So you go through either the left side or the right side. Now in a certain point you do meet up in the middle, and those 2 different groups do meet up in the middle, and you kind of like have to like shuffle your, like, sardine your way in to like go through the rest of the maze. I do not like that part because I did almost get lost in that little part. I did almost lose my group, and I hate that. I hate that we had to like excuse me throughout the maze, because I don't want to say excuse me to people throughout the maze. Like, no, this is not a line queue. This is not, we're not walking through the park. We're walking in a maze where we should be with our group. I don't want to get lost, you know? I don't know if that was the point of the maze, but I didn't like that part. So that really irked me, and I was like, fudge. Now I gotta go find my people. I gotta say excuse me. My antisocial, social anxiety ass has to go say excuse me to people. You know what I mean? So it's like, god damn it. So I did not like that part, and that's like one of my least favorite part of the mazes. So sayonara, Paranormal Inc. It is your time to go. Your time is up, and you gotta go. Okay, if you're there next year, you will be amazed. I will be skipping. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just busting your balls. Okay. But for real, we'll see you never, Paranormal Inc. Coming at number 7 is Dark Entities. Now, Dark Entities actually was gonna be at my top listing, but a lot of the mazes this year, like and like the other mazes, like a lot of the scares were really full force, and Dark Entities was really good too. I loved it, but a lot of the scares were either just like they were like yelling at you, like talking to you, and it wasn't really scary. There was a few good scenes where like they stomped at you and they ran at you, but also I don't know if this is the point of the maze. I don't know, because the times I went in there it was not very too but foggy like that. But it was really foggy in that maze. Like you couldn't see nothing. I had to like, I was too distracted at looking at the floor. I couldn't even enjoy like looking at the sets or anything. So I was just like looking at the floor. I was like, okay, where am I supposed to navigate my way through the maze? You know what I mean? So Dark Entities was at number 7. It's a really great maze. I love the whole concept, like the alien, and the sets in there are beautiful. Just like everything is just so like metallic, silvery, and like just like the aliens. It's just like the whole storyline of Dark Entities is amazing. Like you know what you're getting yourself into from when you first walk into that first scene all the way to when you're getting chased out the last scene. Like it's literally such a great maze. But I feel like with this one, the scares were also not there. I don't know if this was like a pandemic thing that they couldn't hire too many scare actors and have them in group them in one maze and stuff like that. It just wasn't my favorite. So yeah, because of that, Dark Entities belongs at number 7. Coming at number 6 is The Depths. The Depths is actually really amazing maze put together. I really liked it, the set pieces and everything. The way it makes you feel claustrophobic because you're like in this like mining caves and you're like finding yourself like under the water bayou. It's really amazing. It's a really beautiful set piece as well when you walk through this maze. One of my favorite scenes of The Depths is actually where you find yourself like in like a swampy area where it's like the laser lights all over and like there's just fog and like the creatures just come at you from the bottom. That's a really great scary tactic because like you can't see nothing. Like you could probably if like really like look really deeply, you can really see like the little heads or like the little scales of like the monsters and they just pop at you. But throughout this maze, it's a really beautiful maze. A really neat touch that I really love with this maze is the tilting ship where like it like feels like you're like rocking like a ship. That one is awesome because like you like lose balance too, and like there's scare actors like coming at you from like each little direction, so you're like, oh shoot, and you have to like catch your balance from like not trying to fall and from the tilting ship, but also trying not to fall from like being so scared because they like come at you from force. It's such an amazing maze. I love it. And The Depths went on number 6. It's not the highest, but it's definitely counts as one of my favorites and honorable mentions when people ask me what is a great maze to attend at Knott's Scary Farm. Number 5, Pumpkin Eater. Pumpkin Eater was actually my top number 1 favorite in 2019. This year I loved it, but it was also just like I was like, it was like a so-and-so. I loved like the added things he did with like the added like they had like rats eating like bugs, like rats eating like human feet, and like it was a very gruesome scene, and it was very like just like, oh shoot, like you know, like people have a fear of rats, and like they're like the little noises that they had, like that noises, they had those noises, and man, like that's like creepy because like you feel like they're gonna crawl at you on your feet and everything. But that was amazing touch to Pumpkin Eater. They did have added a few scenes for this year, but I guess when I walked in there with the group, and there was like more groups in front of us, so like I didn't get all like the best scares, because I was able to see, oh, they're right there, they just scared that person, so they're either gonna come at me, but I can already see them, all that stuff, so I know like I'm not gonna be scared because like I know they're gonna charge at me because they see me and stuff like that. So now I know I said I had it at number 1 for when I attended in 2019, which was my first year attending on Scary Farm. Pumpkin Eater was my all-time favorite maze in 2019, but it kind of got bumped down a little bit because of just like the scare wise. I didn't really get scared that much. A lot of missed scares. Number 4 is Origins, The Curse of Calico. Origins, I can't even express to you how much I love Origins so much. Origins is such an amazing maze. They did so well. Knott's Scary Farm did so well with just the theming and just like the way they tie in the storyline with Ghost Town and everything, and just like the story just like carries on as you're walking through the maze. When you walk into each scene, you know what's happening. You're not so confused like, what is this room? What is that room? What is that set piece? What is this monster? Like, you know what these people are. You know these are citizens of the Ghost Town. You know these are like the ghosts that are haunting. You know, there's witches everywhere. Like, it's really great maze. It's a very cohesive maze for Ghost Town. I really loved it. I got a lot of great scares. Now this from 4 and up, from 4 and up on my list was very hard to determine because like these next 4 couple mazes I'm gonna talk about were like the highlight of the night of Knott's Scary Farm. They were just super well put together. They're just super well done. The scares, I got a lot of scares in Origins. Let me tell you, there's a Catawampus scene in there. A Catawampus scene, and like I did not know there was 2 Catawampuses. Okay, I saw one Catawampus in one scene. I walked through the corner and he just came out full force, and he's on stilts. May I add, he's on stilts. My 5'7" ass is a little bit short, so like looking up at someone or like all you see is like a leg just like stop next to you. Like, oh my god, like that. I was done with. I was on the floor. I was not on the floor, but I like literally just like, I like was jumping. I don't know. It was a really amazing. That's actually one of my favorite scares I've ever gotten in Origins, was that Catawampus scare. Knott's Scary Farm really does a lot of the air, like, how do you say, like the air pressure, like, you know, they stare at you. Get a lot of those, and those, man, when you're not expecting it, you're just like looking at the sets, admiring it, and then boom, you going on your face, boom, you going on your ass, boom, you going on your toes. Like, it's just like, it hits you everywhere. It's just, I love that. And Origins, man, Origins probably deserved number 2 or number 1, but I would say for this one it deserved number 4, because there were also a certain few scenes where I'm just like, okay, I see you. I see you scared this person, so you're not gonna scare me, which sucks, because I really want you to scare me, because like, you're a scary monster, and I want you to scare me. I want to scream. I want you to make me scream, but they didn't make me scream, so yeah, sad times. Number 3, Dark Ride. Dark Ride was definitely on the top listing of my top list of 2019 for Knott's Scary Farm mazes, and this year, I feel like this year, it wasn't up to par like it was in 2019. I love like the whole theming of just like an abandoned carnival ride, and just like the whole just like scariness of just like walking through like a really dark abandoned just like dark ride. I love that. I love that, the whole theming, just the way they put it together is just so awesome. But the scares, once again, they weren't there. There was a few good scares, but I think for me the reason why it's on the top of my list is because of just like the whole like storyline, and just the way it's put together, and the set design. It's just like, I just really love it. I feel like, you know what, now that I'm explaining why it's on the top of my list, I kind of feel like other mazes deserve number 3 spot. Oh my god, I feel like the other mazes deserve number 3 spot. God damn it. Did I make a mistake? This is my list, I don't give a... Dark Ride deserved number 3, okay? Let's just say that, okay? In reality, it should be Origins in number 3, but Dark Ride is gonna take number 3 for me. Number 2, Waxworks. Now, Waxworks, oh my god, I freaking love Waxworks so much. Waxworks definitely deserve number 2, and Waxworks definitely gave me a lot of amazing scares. Great scares. Oh my god, I wasn't like in night 1, I was like with the group, and like I was in the front. They said you're going in the front for this one. I was like, oh freaking damn it. So I went to the front. Going in the front in Waxworks is the worst thing to ever do. Like, that maze is creepy enough with just like, you think of just like the wax museum and wax figures, like when you stare at them you think they're real, but they're not. You feel like they're gonna like charge at you. No, in Waxworks they're actually gonna charge at you. They're actually gonna scare you. They're actually gonna move because they're real people. This one was really, really scary. I love Waxworks so much. Waxworks is such an amazing addition to Knott's Scary Farm, and I got a lot of great scares in that one. I got a lot of great scares, and just like, you know, in one of the scenes where like there's a shelf, and like I didn't even know it was gonna move until the lady went boom, and like it leaned towards me, and I was like, and I jumped backwards. I almost dropped my camera. It's such an amazing maze. There's also one scene where it's just like a big boiler room, and like one guy was just like following me, and then like another person jumped out of like this big old satell, like a pan thing with wax. Like, it was so good, and I mean, that maze is just amazing. It's really dark. There's few scenes where it's really dark in there, and like there's people coming at you in the corner, and you just don't know. There's also those air pressure coming at you. It's just a whole lot of scares, a whole lot of different scares in there. So I'm just like, that one definitely deserves number 2. Night 1 and night 2 of Knott's Scary Farm that I've attended, they both definitely got me good, so that one deserved number 2 for sure. And we are down to our most favorite maze of Knott's Scary Farm, which I gotta say was my most favorite maze of all the haunt events I've ever attended. Actually this year, which is only Horror Nights and Knott's Scary Farm, but out of the whole events that I've been to, this maze, number 1, tops the cake of all mazes that I've ever been through, and this maze is Mesmer. When I said Waxworks was a great addition to Knott's Scary Farm, but let me tell you, Mesmer has to be the better addition to Knott's Scary Farm that ever has happened in the history of haunt events, in the history of Knott's Scary Farm haunts. I've only been going since 2019, so I don't even know what I'm talking about, but from the times I've been going, Mesmer has never failed me. has never failed to amuse me, has never failed to not scare me. Mesmer gave me so many great scares. The sets in there are freaking amazing. Like I didn't even think Not Scary Farm can pull that out. Like you would think Horror Nights has like a set budget, right? And it's kind of like a little bit of a bigger budget than Not Scary Farm, but yet they throw us mazes that have a lot of black walls and a lot of just triggered scares, a lot of like fake out scares. But yeah, you have Not Scary Farm, who's a little bit smaller. They have like a little bit of a smaller budget, but they give us full-blown sets and like elaborate props, elaborate scares, full-on event. Like it just blows my mind how great Mesmer was. And like Mesmer, I'm very speechless. I can't even explain to you. One of my favorite scenes is like the big old monster guy, that just like skeleton guy that like I was like, what the hell? And like that one reminded me, like in my head when I was walking through that maze, I was like, that skeleton monster is what Clownzilla should have been at Halloween Horror Nights 2019 in Hollywood. Like we were looking for that Clownzilla. We're looking for Clownzilla like that, but we got a little Clownzilla head. Which is like, what the hell was that? Like, what a fake out, what a cop out. Like, you guys just have to go experience it for yourself in order for you guys to actually feel what I feel right now. I just kind of feel speechless. That maze really played with your mind too. There was a room where just like, it felt like it was like, you were like going upside down and stuff, and you're just like, no. And there was one room where you're like tight roping, but really you're not tight roping because you're just really just stepping on the glass. And there's another room where it's like mirrors just start flipping around. You're just like, what the hell's going? Like when I first was walking through that maze, like my first initial reaction, I was like thinking in my head, what the hell is this maze? Like what are we walking through right now? Like what? Like my mind was just so like, what the actual F? You know, like what the hell was that? I couldn't even comprehend. I couldn't even process what we, even after we walked out the maze, like what just happened. You know, it was just such a weird maze, but in a good way. You know, it was so good. Mesmer, number one, definitely deserves a number one spot. And if Mesmer's not in your number one spot, you guys have no taste in mazes. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to be shady to you guys. And that concludes our Not Scary Farm official maze rank listing. And let's go through the whole list one by one. We got Mesmer at number 1. We got Waxworks at number 2. We got Dark Ride at number 3. We got Origins at number 4. We got Pumpkin Eater at number 5. We got The Depths at number 6. We got Dark Entities at number 7. And we got Paranormal Inc. at number 8. But that was that is my list. Let me know down in the comments what is your maze rank listing if you have been to Not Scary Farm 2021 so far. Not Scary Farm 2021 is definitely a haunt you don't want to miss. It is the haunt of the season this year. They just did so many amazing new things, and it's the great time at Not Scary Farm. Not Scary Farm never fails to amuse me, never fails to scare me, so really good. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to be, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the post notifications so you'll be notified every time I enter the parks. Now, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this make rank listing thing. If you guys want me to do one for Horror Night, I'm gonna do one anyways. I don't even know why I'm asking, but if you guys want me to do one, let me know, or I'm still gonna do it, I don't care. But I will be doing it. Hopefully it'll be out next week or sometime in the weekend. But yeah, that is my official maze rank listing. I had a really great time at Not Scary Farm. They did an amazing job, and I really enjoyed the scares and spooks and just all the fun that we have at Not Scary Farm, with like the scare zones and everything, and the mazes, and just like the whole ambiance and environment of Not Scary Farm. So without further ado, thank you guys so much, and as always, I'll see you guys in the parks.